Yo, what's going on, our good people?
What up, though?
Yeah, y'all already know what time it is.
Mm-hmm. Tuesday live at 8, always feeling great.
Yes, indeed.
Y'all already know what time it is. Tuesday live at 8, always feeling great. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What's going on with y'all today, man? It's your boy L to the Izzo, as you know.
It's your boy B Todd, man.
We all uncomfortable conversations coming to y'all with a nice and good one as well, always.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I got a question for you, and this is gonna be different. This might stump you a little bit before we get into the topic. Which relationship do you think is gonna end worse? When you friends first, or when you not friends first?
Friends first and not friends.
Now think about it, because it could go either way.
I would say friends first.
Okay, go ahead.
Because it'll sting more, especially if you've been through the trenches together.
Mhm.
If it's a day one or somebody you met for 20, well, I didn't even say that, 10 plus years, 10, 15 plus years, that's a good long time to, hold a bond with a relationship with somebody, a friendship,
Mhm.
or, boyfriend and girlfriend, however you want to put it. But I think the friend first. I think that'll sting more.
Okay.
Especially if you did your all for that person and you was loyal to that person, regardless on what type of relationship it is, if you was a loyal individual to that person, it's gonna sting a lot more.
I hear you.
Versus somebody you weren't friends with, it's a lot different. In my opinion.
Got you. Now, me, I can speak on that on two different levels, because I've been friends with somebody first and it ended horribly. And I haven't been friends with somebody first and it still ended horribly.
Oh, wow.
And so I feel like it could go either way, because with the friend, with you being friends with somebody first in a relationship, what could happen is that they know all the buttons to push
Yeah.
to turn you into a complete monster if you let them. So there's that, but then there's the side of there's the side that when you're not friends with somebody, right? You're not friends first. Y'all just jump head first into it, get to messing around, boom, all of a sudden y'all together, but y'all don't really know each other like that. So the stuff that would trigger you that a friend would know not to use against you, they're gonna do it. You see what I'm saying? So it could go either way, man. I think I thought about that earlier. I was about to put it in my stories and ask the question, like, no, I'm gonna save it for the pod. Get everybody, get it one.
Throw out there for the people just to see what they insight would have been.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That would be dope. But I see your point.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't know. For me, it's just that, especially a friend knows what buttons to push.
Exactly.
So it's like those buttons is like, yeah, I'm gonna really get them like this.
Mm-hmm.
And they know they know your weakest points, they know your strongest points, they know everything, and vice versa.
Right.
So I don't know. Yeah, I think both points are right.
Yeah.
I would say that.
Because I've been in both situations,
A wrong answer to it, but yeah, I think both points are right.
Because you got to think, like, when you're not friends first in a relationship and things go sour, they don't know how to be your friend to when things need to be back on point, especially if you got kids.
Right.
They don't know how to get to you and be cool and cordial. You feel me? So I think that's where the big downfall comes from, people not being friends first in a relationship. But I also see the downfall when you are friends first, because you know all the triggers.
Yeah.
You got the cheat code. So that's how I feel about that, man. What's up? Yeah. It's good, but it could be bad too, because you know why? The comfortability in that. You know what I'm saying?
That's where it all goes into everything.
Yeah.
When you look, when comfortability can fuck up everything, dog. Because you get so comfortable. Not saying us, speaking in general.
Right.
I've been in situations where you just got comfortable with shit. You're like, oh, you know what? Hey, it's cool. I'm just gonna ride the wave.
Yeah.
And most people do. They just ride that wave until they just say, fuck it, I'm done, or it's just over. All right, we're just gonna cut ties, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It all depends.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. We got a few people in the building, man. What's going on, everybody? What's up, y'all? So listen, we're gonna get into this topic because you came up with this good one, man. What made you come up with this topic, man?
Just with communication in general, going through situations in marriage and relationships and things with people. We all tend to assume things out of people versus communicating.
Right.
Um, and I think with communication, that honestly helps a lot. That builds things and that helps a lot as far as your relationship because you can iron out so much shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can tell your do's, your don'ts, your requirements, what you want, all of that in the beginning. But when you don't share or you don't communicate and you get in a relationship and then there's these assumptions.
Yeah.
Well, I just assumed he would do this and I just assumed that she would do that. And it's like, well, nothing was communicated in the beginning.
Do you think that has a lot to do with expectations as well?
People, it's a lot of people with that. Again, with communication, if you don't tell them what your expectations are, what you expect out of an individual or what you expect out of a relationship, then again, you're going to assume.
Right.
You're going to go back to that assumption. And I think assumptions fuck up a lot of relationships, not just marriages, not just boyfriend, girlfriend shit. Just
business. It can fuck up business.
Brother and sister, mother and father, like all of that, man. You could really fuck up a lot of shit just assuming shit. Versus just saying how you feel. We all adults. We can all express ourselves at some point. Like I know sometimes when you're in your feelings, you kind of, get hindered and you don't want to trigger someone. But like this podcast is, it's uncomfortable conversations.
Right.
It's just how shit works in life, especially in relationships.
Right.
How shit go.
Got you. Yeah, I agree with you, man. Because, that's just as simple as, oh, you going to the store. You going to grab something. What's going on, sis?
What's going on?
What's going on? What up, though? What up, though?
So that's just like you going to the store real quick, and you ain't even think to call your wife up. You go to grab whatever. You come back home thinking this stuff, you got everything you needed to cook tonight. And yet, your wife needed something. Oh, why didn't you get this? I didn't know you needed it. So communication,
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like you needed this shit, then I would have gotten it. But you just assumed that I would know or remember. People don't be remembering everything that's in your agenda.
Yeah.
And some people do need reminders, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Shoot a text.
Some
Something.
people just don't think that, you may need a reminder or you may need to ask. Some people think is that, you asking so much, but really, are you asking? Can't just assume that that person will fuck you communicate. What I don't like and what I don't appreciate from women is they need to hit the hint factor, get the hint, get the hint, get the hint. No, men are direct creatures. We don't do the hint shit because if we did the hint thing to y'all, all y'all would fail. Straight up. Because none of y'all will get the fucking hint, just like we don't get it. So you be direct. Be direct with us. If this is what you want, this is what's gonna happen, this is how it's gonna happen.
Right.
And that's it.
Nate, how you feel about that?
What's up, Nate? How you feel, girl?
Low. Low.
They said they can't hear you.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me now?
You hear?
Can y'all hear me? Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
What's going on?
I don't know.
That was straight. I don't know what's going on.
I can hear myself. I don't know what's going on. Hey, nobody hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you, but you low.
I'm low. Alright. Let me try to. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Alright, I gotta really walk into the microphone.
So yes, Nate, what you think about that?
I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Okay, we was just talking about the assumptions versus communication, and how things can get twisted when women can sometimes try to hint towards something versus just flat out saying, "Hey, this is what I need" or "This is what I want." Because if we did the hinting, women would fail as well, just like we do.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. If you're not saying something, then a person won't know, and that's a lot of the times where issues do come into play when in a relationship, and that means I'm not talking about just like your domestic. I'm talking about all aspects, friendships, because you gotta tell everybody what you want, what you need. You can't just hint and think somebody gonna know what you want, because you might be hinting at something in the vibe they get or the thought they getting could be something totally different. Ain't got nothing to do with what you thinking.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
That's definitely true. What you think, Miss EP?
Um, Same thing. Communication is very important because you know what they say about assuming you look like an ass.
True.
Because you're going to expect something, you don't get it, and you mad.
Yeah.
I've learned not to assume because then I'm disappointed. My expectations is high. So I try to communicate. I think that's very important because nobody, and that goes for everybody, like Lo said, can't nobody figure out, can't nobody mind read and figure out what the other person is expecting from you. So just put it out there.
Right. I hear you on that. Then
Yeah.
now to y'all, this question is for everybody. Do,
Low,
do
you low too.
I'm low?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Low, low.
Hold on. All right, what about now? Better?
It's a little bit better.
What the hell? What about now?
Yeah.
Better?
Yeah.
It's good now.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
cool.
right, it was the fan.
Okay, this is the question for everybody though. Do y'all feel like being direct in your relationship and being honest can be toxic to some extent?
Mm, can it be toxic to a certain extent by being honest?
Yeah, but like communicating with your
Being
problem.
too honest?
Yeah, yeah. Or being too honest. It don't matter. Honest, too honest, it don't matter.
No. No, not for me. Because at least for me, I would feel like I gave you how I felt, and I told you right up front what it is. So there's no speculations at the end.
True.
There's no assumptions at the end. I
So
told you directly what this is the truth. I mean, I would want the truth for me because it would be unfair if I found out the truth. I'm an investigator. Like I picked up a lot of shit from women.
yeah,
Like they do all them investigating shit, y'all read them tactics. Yeah, I picked up some shit in my day. So yeah, if you lying, then all right, I'm gonna take whatever you tell me.
right.
All right. But if something comes back to me and then it's like I'm putting the pieces back together, and it's like, oh, you lying? Nah. So I would rather just give you the truth because I'm gonna give you the truth.
So do you feel like um so you feel like if it's something like you feel like it's totally wrong in your relationship, you can go to your wife and say whatever.
Yeah, but it'll take some preparation and it'll take some like real prayer. It'll take like we gotta really have a coming to Jesus moment. You know,
Gotcha.
if it's that serious.
Got you. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If it's that serious, then yeah. But other than that, yeah, I can pretty much say whatever I want to my wife because she does to me. So I give back the energy that people give me. Okay, you can say whatever to me, then I'm gonna do the same to you.
Got you.
Because
Yeah.
that's what you gotta expect.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
yeah.
why when people be assholes to me, they don't be so like they surprised that I don't be reactive. Like I'm just gonna be an asshole back to you.
Right.
I expect that because I'm an asshole.
Right.
So I expect that energy too.
Definitely. What about you, Nate?
I don't think being honest is toxic. I feel like being honest is what you should be doing. Um, I'm not gonna lie and say I'm always honest about things, how I feel or things that I want, but I find it that if when I am honest, it's better.
Mm.
I don't think it's toxic. I
Yeah.
think it's good.
So Okay, so let's say that let's say your husband, he was getting to a point where he was letting himself go. How would you word that to him to where you know y'all not gonna get into it?
Ooh, okay. So now that part, it's not Richard don't let himself go, but he can like put on something I don't like, and
Right?
I,
That's cool too.
huh? What you say?
Oh, go, Tara, go ahead.
Go ahead, you good?
Oh, okay. He can put on something I don't like, and he always values my opinion. So most of the time, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Go ahead, wear it. But when I don't, when I'm like, yeah, I don't like that. I try to say it nice, but Richard says that I don't try to say it nice. He thinks that I'm like literally being mean. He like, you just like, and I have to apologize because I don't try to come across as mean or anything like that. I just don't like it. It don't it, and then I guess because I say the things like it make you look like this, it make you look like that. Instead of saying I just don't like it, it don't coordinate, or something like that. I'm like, yeah, it make you look fat, it make you look this, it make you look that. And so, that don't always go over well. So I find myself apologizing, but for the most part, I try to just let him know that like I'm not feeling it, and I don't try to be mean. It come across as mean, but my intentions are never to be mean. It could be the delivery, you know what I'm saying? So I try to be nice, but honesty can be. I'm not saying toxic, but it could be hurtful.
Got you. I mean, yeah. Well, like you said, it's all in the delivery. Like if I felt like uh, my wife was letting herself go, I'm not just gonna be like, "Hey, baby, you starting to look like shit." Like I can't do that. But I would be like, "Hey, baby, what's going on? You going through something because you're not looking the same. You're not taking care of yourself like you used to. Like it's all about the wording, and it's also all about the presentation. You can't just be like, oh damn, hey, you need to hurry up and get on the treadmill. God damn it, like so, you can't do it's all about how you say stuff. So I do believe to a certain extent, the honesty can be toxic based on your delivery. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how you word it.
Yourself.
So I do feel like yes, you can be honest, but you don't have to be a dick about it. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I feel like that's necessary in a relationship. However, this is where I feel as though it's not toxic. Now, let's say you've been having a problem with your wife and you've been talking to her about that shit for a minute. After so long of talking, you're gonna get tired of talking. And it's either gonna be like I'm on shutdown mode or I'm on super duper ultra asshole mode about the situation. Right? So at that point I don't feel like it's toxic no more. Or it could be viewed as toxic. Because I've been talking to you about this repeatedly.
Over and over.
You know what I'm saying? All right, like for instance, Nay, let's say Rich feel like Rich telling you, baby, I need ass 6 times a day, right? Every day. Let's say he tell you that, and you don't deliver. If you don't deliver, he gonna get tired of talking, right? And one or three things is gonna happen. Either he gonna find that chick that's gonna give him ass 6 times a day, or he gonna start coming at you like a super duper asshole, or he gonna shut down. Take your pick.
Well, I feel like if you tell your wife like I ask 6 times a day, and she deliver, and you take your ass off there and you go cheat with somebody else. That's what you want to do, because there could be issues going on why she couldn't give you the ass 6 times a day. And if you decided you was gonna go cheat, like that's not no reason to cheat. Like getting ass 6 times a day, clearly not a reason to cheat, unless that's something that you want to do. There's other things that you have to. You could talk to her. Hey, what's going on? Why aren't you giving me? You know what I'm saying? So like, just saying like, oh, I'm gonna shut down. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. You say ask 6 times a day. I'm not delivering. Something is not right. Either
Right.
you ask the question: am I not performing right for you? Are you not into me? Or is something going on with you? And then we had that conversation. But if you're just gonna go out there and cheat, Now, nigga, that's what you want to do.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I understand that to an extent because I also feel like if somebody is constantly repeating themselves about what changes need to be made, then there needs to be some effort made somewhere. For instance, let's say you tired of your husband's attitude. Like let's say he got a bad attitude, short temper, right? And every time you talk to him about his short temper, he's gonna say, "Oh, I'm working on it," or "I'm gonna work on it," "I'm gonna work on it." And every time he gets to a point where he say he's gonna work on it, it's good for maybe a week or two, and then it goes right back to normal. At that point, what do you do?
That shit got to be addressed because it's just repeated behavior. And then when it gets to that point, it's just wah wah wah. It's Charlie Brown's teacher. Right. You're just talking like, all right, you change for about a good 2 weeks to 3 weeks, and then bam, you right back into your old shit again. Now, understand bad habits. You can't just change just
Right off
like
the bat,
that,
right.
off the bat. So there is, room for error. But if it's an honest error, then all right, I'll let you slide maybe once or twice. But if it's just like you just doing it and you blatantly doing it, then it's like, nah, you ain't learned shit.
Right, you're not trying to change.
You're not really trying to change.
But
just
at
like
that
to
point,
get a good reaction within these last couple of weeks to kind of ease the mood, and now you right back on your bullshit.
right. So then at that point, how do you handle that situation? Like if it was an attitude issue, if you've been already talking about it, communicating, then all of that, you've seen changes here and there, then they go right back to the same stuff it was before. Then what?
After a while, you get tired of talking. Ain't no more talking.
See what I'm saying? So it's
Then that's when you worry. So
right.
he ain't talking to me. Oh, well, I ain't talking to him. I'm just gonna do my thing. But you're not even really paying attention to what's really going on.
Right.
Or you sit there and look at what you doing that's making her not change.
True.
Yeah.
You got to look at why is it I'm telling her to fix this and fix that. What do I need to do to help her fix this and fix that? If she's short tempered, what is she short tempered about? Maybe I can meet her halfway and change what I'm doing.
That's true too.
That's true too.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, do y'all believe that friends can affect the dynamics in y'all relationship with the other people? Do you believe y'all friends can affect your relationship with the person that you with?
I do. If you allow them to. It depends on how involved your friends are into your relationship. I don't feel like because I don't let my friends know everything that's going on with me and Richard. I remember when I was younger, me and my friends was all on the same page. I knew what they was doing with they niggas. They knew what I was doing, man. We knew about sex. We knew about everything. And then as the older I got, I was like, you can't be involved in everything. Some things are just between me and my husband. I'm not gonna disclose anything that's going on with us outside of like. If I got a friend that I know I could talk to, and I know that it ain't never went nowhere, and we chopping it up on how to strategically like get something accomplished. You know what I'm saying? If it's anything bad, I'm not talking to her about it, anything like that. If it's something that's like challenging, then yeah, I'm gonna talk to my friends. Otherwise, again, you friends in your business, they can weigh your judgment, how you think, how you feel about certain things when they too involved in your relationship. And my relationship is just me and my husband and God. There's nobody else in our relationship. You can't tell me anything about my husband. You can't tell my husband nothing about me. That's just it. Our friends don't have any involvement in ours, but I know that there is. It depends on what it is with some people where your friends can't, because it has happened to me in the past when I didn't know better. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Like, to me, I don't believe they could really affect it to the point where you start changing up, unless you just weak minded like that. Like, I could talk to Lo, I could talk to any of my homies about whatever, and I don't feel like I'm gonna change up. I'm gonna take heed to what they done said, and I'm not just gonna be like, oh yeah, my man said this, so I'm gonna roll with this. Like, no, that's not man shit. That's weak minded. Now, I'll take your opinion into consideration, but I don't feel like friends should be able to warp your mind to the point where you don't know how to effectively communicate with your significant other, or you don't know how to think for yourself. You know what I mean? So I don't believe that for a strong-minded person. I don't think that can happen for somebody strong-minded at all. You know what I'm saying? So
You can't. You can't. For me, I got 3 people, and these people, these 3 individuals, you are one. I call in for different scenarios,
right.
and to get that, those different opinions. So I keep those different scenarios, those 3 people in hand for different scenarios, so I can get that advice on how I could maneuver. Meaning, I could say, okay, that's a good approach. All right, I may take some of that for what you said or what you did or what your approach was, but I'm gonna do also this too.
Right.
Every good man needs an OG, or every good man needs those good confidants.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't agree with you expressing yourself with other friends, everybody, even family.
Ooh, definitely not
You know what I'm
family.
saying? Because when things happen, if things happen within the relationship between them two, those other people outside of those people gonna have a perspective. Now they got the perspective. Now they gonna be chatty patties against, everybody else telling your business.
And then you go around and people get to acting all awkward and shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Then you come to family functions and you don't know why Auntie so and so is kind of looking you up and down, or you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Grandma so and so just totally ignoring you, or everybody being short or funny style. Or even when you walk in a room, you just feel it.
You feel it.
Yeah.
That's why you can't communicate everything to everybody,
Nah.
because then people are gonna have their own assumptions about what's going on. You could tell listen, I've had shit go sour telling family members shit before. You know what I'm saying? Like, in straight confidence. Like, I remember I told my mom something in confidence. I didn't expect for her to run her mouth to the rest of the family. And then she ran her mouth to the absolute worst of the worst person in the family to talk to, that gossip and spread everything, and everything wasn't even fucking true. So that's why you cannot communicate everything with everybody, because you don't know what's gonna happen. You gonna end up looking like the bad guy every time you come around, just off of you telling somebody that you thought you could trust in the family. You know what I'm saying? And ever since then, I couldn't do it.
Even if it's your parents.
Exactly. They will betray you just like your third cousin. They will betray you just like anybody else.
Parents will tell you that people's dark as shit. Y'all see so and so and somebody down the fucking street.
Yep.
And you like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like,
You barely know me. Bag lady.
Yeah, dog.
You know? So yeah, you can't communicate everything with everybody, man. And I had to learn that the hard way. I really did. It sucked. It sucked. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was ready to knock somebody's head off.
Man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that shit. It's the worst when it's your parents, though.
Yeah,
right?
it's way worse, because it's like, damn, I can't even take you to the boxing ring and handle this the way I really want to with you.
Nah.
Like,
you gonna either fuck it up or you gonna run your mouth.
exactly. And it's
But
sad.
they be doing the right thing though.
You said what?
They think they're doing the right thing.
That's why they call it the thought.
Right.
That's exactly why they call it the thought. Let's get to some of these comments, shall we?
Yes, indeed.
We got up first.
So I was already talking to people.
Oh, okay, cool.
So how I
What's read off a good one. Read off a couple of good ones.
Let's
It
see.
was, says Miss Pretty Scorpio, both people in the relationship need to make changes, not just one person.
True.
Most definitely.
But see, here's the problem with that. Some people don't see their problem. You know what I'm saying? So you can sit up here all day and tell your significant other, hey, you shouldn't be talking like that. Like, especially to me. or in front of the kids. And they don't think it's a problem because that's how they grew up. Upbringing will fuck somebody up, like severely. And I've watched it happen. I've been like that as well. So when you start reminding people like, hey, this is not the way it's gonna work with you and I, and then and at that point you really have to start making changes on your own too. If they not seeing how they messing things up because they don't see that they need to change, that's when you need to start making changes within yourself automatically. Like, okay, you about to be on this, I'm about to stop doing this, and I know that you like me doing this, so I'm about to stop it so you can see just how severe this is, what you pulling off. So yeah,
all the things that I was doing that you appreciated, I'm not gonna do that shit no more.
there you go.
And mainly that's because I want you to understand. See, some people don't hold themselves accountable. They know, but they just don't hold themselves accountable because they don't want to, because they want to rely on their upbringing.
Right.
Okay, you're a grown ass adult now. You're not even in that house no more.
Mm-hmm.
And you know right from wrong. And if you're in a relationship with someone and someone tells you, hey, look, this is not going to work. This is not conducive for me. So this has to change. What a lot of people don't want to do is compromise. They want to stick to their old ways and stick to the bullshit, and then want to, hold on to that. That's how I grew up, as a crutch bullshit. I don't want to hear that. I grew up in all kinds of ways, but I'm not going to sit up in here and just keep holding on to that as a crutch.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they comfortable. And people don't like change. So they comfortable with the bullshit. They used to the bullshit. Bullshit work for them. So they're gonna do the bullshit because it works for them. It's been working until they get called out on their bullshit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you'll get tired of holding a person accountable and calling them out on their bullshit time after time after time.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got? Pretty ass Scorpio again, yes, because they can be toxic and negative, especially if they are jealous of what you have and what they want.
Mm-hmm.
That's absolutely true. And you know what's worse about that? People being in relationships being jealous of each other about something, or one person can be jealous of somebody else or what they got going on. I've been in a relationship like that before, and it was trash.
Yeah, me too.
Like I'm steady trying to level up. I'm in school, like back in school, like trying to go to college and shit. And it's like, what you doing that for? Just work. What?
Fuck you mean?
Or I'm excited about it, and they like, yeah, whatever. School is a scam.
Yeah.
What kind of support at all?
Yeah, dog.
Trash.
And while I'm trying to level myself up, I'm trying to level them up too. Hey, why don't you take your GED? You could actually do better in life. You get your GED, go to college, all of that. Because go ahead.
So not same situation, but person X was very jealous that I had friends, pretty much.
Friends in the opposite sex or friends in general?
No, just friends in general.
Okay.
Like, I was always hanging with the homies, always, hey, L, always got that call when they wanted to hang out, go shoot pool, go smoke, just go drink. And she didn't have that at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no phone ringing to her to be invited to go nowhere. It was always me. And she would invite herself and put herself in situations where, like, I'm ready to go. Well, all right. Yeah, we chilling.
Right.
Like, did nobody tell you to come?
Oh, wait a minute. She tried to come to nigga night?
Yeah.
Wow, dog. I didn't know. I did not know that.
So I'm like, all right, it's gonna be a couple of the homies got their girls where you can hang out and shit.
Oh, okay. So some of them might have them with
You know what I'm saying? All right, we can kick it. But you wasn't saying nothing. You wasn't talking to nobody. You was just off to yourself. You just pretty much just observing. But you didn't steal. Again, you didn't have no one to hang out with.
I need to get that drop from Takeover.
And when I gave you the battery, like, hey, why don't you, join a social club? Why don't you join a theater club? So
Go to the YMCA.
And I said, just put yourself.
You said go to the YMCA.
Yeah, something. They got volleyball, the soccer. So she took my advice and it kind of backfired. I ain't gonna say kind of, it did backfire because you didn't play me, but still, it's like, goddamn, bitch, I try to help you out with your life.
Right.
So to give you a social life, give you somewhat normalcy,
Right.
and to have you be able to have a life outside of the relationship where you could be over here doing you and having fun, and I'm doing me on my side, and I ain't got to worry about you all up in my goddamn face and trying to hang out with my friends.
Right. Because my friends are my friends.
Yeah, my friends are my friends.
You cool.
You cool with them now, but all right.
Yeah. I feel you on that. Like, you know what I used to hate though? I could be on the phone having a whole like real nigga conversation, and then here come this motherfucker. Now that shit ain't right because it's said hold on. First of all, Biggie, ain't nobody talking to you. Shut up. Like, who talking to you? You a DJ now? DJ who? You just talking over everything. Ain't nobody talk. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Like, I hated that.
Ain't got no business.
Yeah.
Ain't got no business of hers.
No. Wait. You ever experienced this? You constantly get interrupted while you on the fucking phone trying to have your nigga conversation?
Man, what? And then she interrupt me talking about some bullshit that can wait.
Hey, how come the remote was flipped over? What?
Like, what again? You know where the light bulbs are? I haven't seen them in the closet.
Dog.
If you don't get the fuck out my goddamn face talking about some light bulbs.
Now, you had experienced that before?
No, thank God. But I do that. I have done it to Richard though.
Why the fuck would you do that?
Because okay, so this just happened like about 3 weeks ago. I'm gonna say he didn't realize what was going on. I didn't do it to do like how it was happening with y'all. What happened was I can't remember how it started, but he had mentioned us doing something. Oh yeah, he called me. He doing overtime, so he got home late, real late. So this time, and I hadn't been drinking because this when I had my surgery and stuff. So I was on antibiotics. I couldn't do nothing. So this day, I'm like, fuck it. It's been a minute since I've been with my husband. We ain't chilled out, nothing. So when he called and was like, dang, I'm going to the package store. He like, dang, but you can't even drink with me, though. And I'm like, no, I'm going to drink with you. He missed that. That shit went over his head. So he gets home. He got the liquor. He get there, we sitting there chilling. He about to turn the movie on, and then when he go downstairs to get the glasses for us to drink, because we got like a little lounge in our room, so he go get the glasses. I'm waiting on him. When he come back upstairs, he noticed that his homeboy called his phone. So he again missed the whole fact that I said I'm gonna drink with you and that we was like starting something. So he gets the phone with his homeboy. He talking. So I let him talk for a minute, and I'm like, hey, who you talking to? He tell me who he talking to. So then I'm like, I can't hear the movie. But that was a hint. But this go back to what we were saying. Just say what you want, what you need. He didn't get, you know what I'm saying? Because he missed what I was saying. So instead of him getting off the phone, he like, oh, okay, I'm about to go outside the room. So he pours
I couldn't even shoot him no bail. Like,
yeah, he pours a drink. He pours him a drink, not me a drink, pours him a drink, walk out the room, go talk to his mom. So why he 30 minutes, they over here, they chopping it up about everything. So finally he come back in the room to do something. And I'm like, hey, do you think you should still be on the phone? Oh, why did I say that? He was so upset. He's like, I'll call you back. Because now he feels like I'm his mama. So it took until like we got to a big old spat about it. And then when I started explaining to him why I did it, he like, damn, why you ain't say nothing? Like, that shit went over my head. I didn't think you was going to drink. When you said, okay, go ahead and get the liquor, and then I'll turn the movie on, I still didn't put that all together and know that it was a moment and you was trying to have it, so like, so I did this shit. I was like, get the fuck off the phone. Like,
why he was still on? Wait, why he was still on the phone? You did that?
I didn't say get the fuck off the phone. I think that you should be on the phone.
Okay, so look, I know your husband very well. Okay, so I know that he will talk, and it's cool.
Yeah.
However, there's a way around that to get his attention without it causing that friction. What you should have did was just walked up to him butt ass.
Right.
You got off the phone.
Right.
That would have, yeah, that would have fucked him up.
Yeah.
Hey, you call you right back.
Yeah. Right. Ain't nobody about to stay on the phone with their nigga when they girl butt ass.
Especially if she just come boom.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a way around that. But I know why you got mad though. You got mad because a plan was made and he veered away from the plan. So I get it, but it was another way around it for it to not get hostile. You just wasn't thinking in the moment because you know I get it.
Yeah. But I
Next
did.
time,
I did that shit. You should still be on the phone, like.
yeah, I get that. I understand that. Let's get to some more of these comments real quick. Miss Pretty Eye Scorpio said they comfortable with what they have. How are they? How they don't want to change or see anyone else doing better in life? Well, you know, when somebody is already at a certain level, right? They don't think past that certain level. They just be like, I'm cool, I'm comfortable here. So when they see that their significant other is going up, they're getting very insecure at that moment, and that's when it turns into jealousy.
Yep.
Because they don't know how to match where they're going. Yeah.
It's mostly because they haven't found the purpose yet.
Boom.
If you haven't found your purpose, or you haven't
Yeah.
found whatever you try to do, then you just stay stagnant. You just stuck.
Yeah.
But instead of just getting jealous, you know, whatever your significant other's involved in, support it.
There it
He
is.
got his own business, or she got her own business. Support the business. Bring something to the business, and then you pull up a chair. So
Great.
if you have a table, you see the table. I want to be a part of that table.
Yeah.
You figure out what you have to bring to the table, and you bring it to the table, and you sit the fuck down if you accept it.
Yeah.
That's just how it go, man. Ain't no point of sitting here being jealous. You know, my wife, she wants to do this fitness training,
Right.
So I'm not about to be jealous of that. I work out myself.
Right.
So what I do, support that, be involved, help, promote, whenever she's ready to drop and, you know, do all her stuff. I'm not about to sit up there and be jealous of her doing that shit. What? I'm doing my part.
Exactly.
I'm in my purpose. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So I have no need to be jealous of my wife.
That's real.
That's
That's
facts.
I
real.
wish I would.
That's facts right there. That's facts.
I mean, if a man is in their shit, or if a woman's in their shit, then if they're in their purpose, then there's no room to be jealous.
That's true. What about you, Miss EP? What you think?
I mean, yeah, it's not, if you with that person, you trying to build y'all a team, why go against it and be jealous of one another? But some people, I don't know if it's a jealousy thing, or some people just, they need to find their footing in the situation. Like me, I've never been jealous of the next person. I'm comfortable with who I am. I think I just struggle sometimes, like, with change. I'm one of those that don't like change, so I gotta find my footing. But I'm all for support.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but for instance, take our issue at one point. When I first started potting, I didn't have no balance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it just, once we started this, I just was steady focused on this. Everything I talked about was this. Hey, pie this, pie that, pie this, pie that. And I was just so focused on potting because it was so fresh and I just jumped right into it. I wasn't being the husband that I normally would be.
Right.
So at one point, my wife was like almost ready to say, nigga, fuck you. But then, once I found my balance, look what happened. She behind the scenes now.
Yeah.
She out. She, you know what I'm saying? She interacting with us. So, and this is not her thing. So, and I think that's dope. You know what I'm saying? But I had to do my part in order for us to find that balance and come together.
Definitely.
And
So what did you do? What steps did you take? Like, you know, how did you check yourself? Like, all right, what the fuck was I?
well, first I had to get over the shock of the initial shock of what she was getting at, because of course every time a woman says something, it doesn't always come out the most pleasant way possible, you know. And what my wife was trying to do was give me space to find my footing, and while she was trying to give me space to find my footing, I wasn't finding it fast enough for her liking. So what ended up happening was she lashed out. When she lashed out, I'm like, fuck is you talking about? I just jumped into doing this because I look what's going on in my life right now. I need something to take my focus off the negative and do something positive. And I'm trying to do something positive. If I'm trying to do something positive, what's wrong with that? I'm just now getting into it. Let me find my way. But when we kept talking about it, I'm like, oh damn, I did stop doing this. I did stop doing that. Okay, now let me fall back. But we had to talk. Not to talk at each other, we had to have a talk. And that's when I started to see where she was coming from. That's where I checked myself. Like, okay, bet. So the steps that I ended up taking was, for one, everything wasn't pod this, pod that. I started talking about different stuff. Then it led into us, just going to kicking and, doing other things instead of, oh, I gotta go get this, I gotta go get this, all of that stuff, just pod related shit. I balanced it out. So, I went back to normal basically. I had started asking her about her day again and what's going on at work, listening to her story, actually really listening. Because there was times where I was listening and then I'd get lost. Start thinking about podcasts. I'm not gonna lie.
How we gonna do
Yeah,
this?
and look, that's how I know I was fucking up because I would, while she was talking, after she got done telling me something, I would jump right into, yeah, you know what? I was thinking about this. What do you think about this title for the next episode? I was doing shit like that. Like, it would come off to her like I wasn't listening. So.
Sometimes he wasn't, because I'll be talking and he'll probably be on his phone promoting or something, and he don't have no feedback after. And a lot of times, like, instead of me communicating directly, like we talked about, I would say something like, yeah, and after that, I just thought about jumping off a cliff. Still no response.
She's not lying. She's not lying, bro. I swear. She's not lying, bro. She did that to me one day. She was like,
What?
I respect myself with this sandwich. So I'm promoting, but I heard her, and I'm like, wait, what? Nigga, bye. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, it was funny, but it was fucked up because I didn't mean to be like that. You feel me?
The blessing of it is that you guys, you said it. The key thing you said, most people probably is that y'all talk.
Right.
They talk at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the key thing. Y'all didn't talk at each other. There wasn't no frustration. There was frustrations and the grievances, but there was no, the body language, and there wasn't no,
yeah.
Niggas were bubbling with the same thing, and then nothing's getting resolved. Y'all had that conversation, and that was dope, and I commend y'all.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Debonair Dredd said the bullshit being working, and then when they get called out, ooh, that's a tough one. Now, you know what's crazy about that? I've had situations where I've tried to call out, well, not even really call out, really talk about whatever the issue might be. And because they don't see how it's the issue, that's when things did go stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that ain't true. What you mean it ain't true? If I'm telling you that you're doing X, Y, and Z, and you feel like you're not, then what we gonna do? Like
that's what I mentioned earlier. That accountability.
Yeah.
Not taking accountability for your fuck ups.
Yeah.
If somebody is telling you, yo, you fucking up, you doing X, Y, and Z that I do not like, and what are we gonna do to fix it? And
right.
Like, that ain't right. That ain't true. What do you mean?
Exactly.
Who else is here living with us? Like, oh man.
I already know.
It's frustrating, though.
It is. Yusuf said we really shouldn't be jealous of anyone, period. Mm-hmm. I agree, we should all be lifting each other up, but that's a perfect world. You feel me? And unfortunately, especially in the black community, that's not happening enough. You see everybody else getting along just fine, doing their thing. And I've watched Arabic people, Indian people, Asian people, they all get into it with each other, arguing, fighting, but they all end up at the end of the day at the same table, eating, kicking.
They don't kill each other.
Exactly. They don't kill each other.
Go for the kill.
Yeah.
You know?
So, but you're right though, Yusuf. We should all be like trying to uplift each other instead of being jealous. Like we should be getting motivated by each other, or at least motivating each other. So I agree. I totally agree with that, man. Let me ask y'all something. and this is for everybody to answer. Whoever want to go first. Who do you think is worse at taking accountability, men or women?
Women.
Damn, that was quick.
Uh,
Expound.
I beg to differ.
Oh,
Good. I'm glad you do. But wait a second.
Differ.
I'm
But
not,
go ahead.
I'm not gonna say that men don't. Like, they all of us take accountability all the time, but it's mostly women, in my experience. And that trickles down. And there's no disrespect. That trickles down from my mother on down. So if it goes down from my mother,
It go down for anybody.
it goes down for anybody.
Your mom, you know what's funny? Your mom is going to be the first person to show you how not all women, but some women can't be shit.
Yeah.
They're unfortunately they're the first lesson of showing you how women can be fucked up.
Yep.
Go ahead, Nate. Why you beg to differ?
I don't believe that. And in the comments, I see a couple say men. One said black, but
her signal breaking up.
Yo, you breaking up, Nate? Signal breaking up. Go ahead, EP. What you think?
I feel like women they have a hard time. She's still on. I think we can hear her now.
Nate, you good?
yeah, I would
Okay.
hear y'all.
Okay, go ahead. Now, what was you saying? You said men because of what?
Yeah, because women are emotional. You know, we are emotional species, right? So if we did something to you and it was wrong, and we see how it made you feel, we gonna definitely be like, "Ooh, I'm sorry." Not all women, and I'm not saying all men don't, but a lot of women, I'm gonna say the majority of women will be like, "I'm sorry, I did do that wrong. I did do that. My bad. I did." You know, that's how I feel. And most of the women that I know, that even if, and it's not in just relationships. It's like, well, not in just like your marriage, your friendships, things like that. Most women can apologize and understand this is where I went wrong, especially like how you said how you and Tina was talking, right? And y'all talked about certain things, and y'all was able to get over that. If you have a relationship where y'all actually able to talk, I feel like women will be the person that'll be like, "I'm sorry, I was wrong," more than a man, because men think they're right all the time.
Okay, I feel you on that. Now, what was you about to say, EP?
I think I had my fair share of women that don't take accountability
Over men?
over men. They're just so used to being spoiled and like being in their ways, and a man catering to them.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of women don't know how to grow up and take accountability. It took me forever to get to that point. Like, I always felt like my way is the right way, and you're gonna do it my way. But I've learned, like, along the way, like, nope, you need to shut up. You wrong. Apologize.
But now wait, how did you get to that point though? Because it wasn't just me telling you was wrong. So what helped you? What else? What other forces of nature helped you see that your way wasn't the right way?
Okay, so dealing with you, I had about four or five friends that I would talk to about like different situations that was going on. And 4 out of the 5 would tell me, "Oh, don't deal with that. You right. You absolutely right for feeling the way you feel. F him, this and that." But I had that one friend that told me, "Oh no, bitch, you tripping. No, you need to calm down. You need to rethink it. You need to apologize because you did as wrong." And that's what got me to thinking like I need to look at things differently, and I can't always just have things my way, or I can't look at things my way. I need to be more open-minded, more understanding, and that's what taught me to be more accountable.
And that just took one friend out
Yeah.
of 4.
Yeah.
So one friend out of the 4 was the one that was telling you was wrong, and that you listened to that friend.
Yep, because she showed me how I was wrong when she put everything into perspective, and she like flipped the script on me. Like, so what if he did it to you? Tell me how it would make you feel. So when things got flipped like in the other way, it was like, oh, I don't like that. So I started putting things in that perspective, like, okay, well, what if he gave me that energy? And a lot of times that me flipping the script helps me with my approach. and how I look at it. Like, okay, I don't like that. So
I think I got an idea who that friend is. Whoever that is, that's the smartest friend you ever fucking had. Anyway, let me tell y'all something. It took a long time for me to take accountability as well, because a lot of stuff that I was doing, I thought was it was normal, so it was fine for me to do. Like, okay, for instance, I looked at things like, all right, if I'm not messing around with another chick, my girl shouldn't be mad, but I should be able to slap another girl on the ass, tell her she look good, because not, and I'm not talking about relax, not in this marriage, okay, relax, but I'm just saying in the past, I didn't see nothing wrong with that because I felt like cheating was the end all be all. Well, in some cases, you know, as I got older and had kids, I felt like, wait a minute, differences in parenting will break people up faster than cheating, in my opinion. But prior to me having kids, I started looking at it. I was thinking like, man, if I'm not smashing this girl, what you so bad about? So what? I slapped her on the ass and told her she looked fine as hell. Who cares? I'm not hitting it. And to me, I thought hitting it was all that mattered, because that's because I was driven by sex. You know what I'm saying? I was being driven by that. You know what I'm saying? So it controlled me like crazy. So it took a while, and I'm gonna honestly say it took for me to get into this marriage, for me to see my ways wasn't all the way right. Even though I was already calming down, but when we got together and things started getting really serious, that's when I was like, okay, I see how this could be messed up. All right, cool. Let me relax.
I learned accountability for myself after I had my son. And after I was complaining about his mother and going through all those, like bullshit, and Mama Crenshaw said one thing to me that it's like I couldn't even rebuttal it. She was just like, "Man, well, you slept with her, you lay down with her."
Yeah.
What do you say after that?
That's real.
So when she said that, I was pissed. I ain't gonna lie, I was mad as shit, and I ain't never been mad at her. But I was mad, but I took everything she told me.
Yeah.
And I went home. I was driving home mad, like, man, it's some bullshit, like. But she was right.
You was riding inside the
smoke. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I had to go home and smoke. Because I was hot. Because it was like, damn, like, so what if I, had sex with her? That don't explain why she acting. But in hindsight, that was my choice. Yeah. So with me making that choice and me understanding that, like, all right, this is something I got to deal with. So I have to be accountable. You lay down with her, bro.
Yeah.
That's just it. So when I swallowed that hard pill, it made it easy for anything else. For me to be accountable for if I did something wrong, especially if it was my fuck up, if I was just an asshole, or I said something the wrong way, whatever. I don't have a problem with holding myself accountable.
Yeah, I feel the same way because, obviously, unfortunately, our BMs act like they were sisters or some shit.
Yeah,
so what ended up happening in my situation, it was slightly different from yours. What helped me start taking more accountability in the situation that I'm in is that I jumped out of one relationship and jumped right into another one and then got this fool pregnant. So at that point, I'm like, wow, no wonder shit all fucked up. Yep. Look what I done did. So I can't sit up here and really I can't be wholeheartedly mad at this woman because she didn't get herself pregnant. I got her pregnant being reckless. Not caring. I should have protected myself a little bit more. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have gotten carried away. Yep. Shouldn't have got too comfortable. Yeah, well, it wasn't even too comfortable. Real talk, I handled a heartbreak like a bitch. That's really what it was. I handled heartbreak like a bitch, and I thought the only way I could get over it is run into another chick. That was it.
That's real. That's real.
Yeah, but Nate, what's the time where you realized you took some accountability?
A lot, because I've listen. I was so fucked up when I got with Richard to the point where, especially with Richard, like before Richard, hell no, I was on all bullshit. I ain't gonna even lie. This is why I'm so thankful for where I'm at now, because before Richard, all bullshit. I'm a whole boy. I'm a whole man. I'm on nigga time, or like that's me. But
Sagittarius.
but with Richard, I'm different. Richard, first of all, I had to be held accountable with Richard because Richard don't take no bullshit. I really thought that this nigga was gonna be a pushover. I was like, I'm gonna get anything because I'm used to being the boy anyway. So I'm like, when I got Richard, I'm like, oh, this gonna be easy. I'm gonna be able to do whatever, and he not
Looks are deceiving.
he ain't gonna catch nothing. It's gonna go over his head. No. Richard would call me out like, you on that bullshit. And I'd be like, no, I'm not. You like this. And Richard, anything I do, Richard calls me out of my bullshit. And I have to be like, you're right. You're right. Because I was on bullshit. And I knew
Give me a moment. Give me just one time where you was like, okay, now I'm about to stop bullshitting my husband. Give me that defining moment, and then we gonna close out.
so turning 40, I went through a period of time where I wasn't where I wanted to be in life. And I don't know, I was going through something and I didn't realize it. And I decided to start trying to talk to some dude at work.
Like
And
a boyfriend?
like text, oh yeah. No, we was texting, not on no like freaky nothing or not on nothing like that. We was just texting stuff like that. But I got too comfortable with this dude. And Richard, found out. Richard could tell, like, cause I got a lot of coworkers. He got a lot of coworkers. We hang with him, but this coworker was actually feeling me. It was different than my other coworker that was guys that I can invite over and we have game night with all our coworkers. And I didn't catch it. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know he liked me. And Richard like, you knew, and I'm like, no, I didn't. And Richard like, nah, like you knew he liked you. That's why you was entertaining anything, not nothing that he wasn't talking freaky, but just the relationship, just the bond. You knew he liked you, and you was on some bullshit. And I kept saying I wasn't, but I knew that I needed to be honest with myself and my husband, so I let him know like I was on bullshit. I knew he liked me. I tried to act like, oh my God, I know. How would I know? Like, I don't know. He never said it. You know. And you was entertaining him enough to, if you would have kept on, you was gone now if you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, to
Yeah.
that point. And I had to really like come clean, like, no, I knew. And I was like playing the fiddle, you know what I'm saying? And I shouldn't have been. But I was like, don't get me wrong, it really wasn't like because I was turning 40, but I really wasn't happy. And I had never done it like that before, but I really wasn't happy. And I didn't know I wasn't happy. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I didn't know I didn't know I was going through something. And I was going through something, and it allowed me to entertain that because I'd never done it.
So you was feeding your ego, basically.
Yeah. That's what I was doing. Yeah. And he was 30.
Got you. Okay. I understand that. I mean, I'm glad that y'all worked that out. Shit, because that could have got bad.
That was
Yeah.
Yeah, that could have definitely got bad. But on the closeout, I would as far as like communication versus assumption goes, I would just put if you already in a relationship, just put everything out. And if you bad at communicating, like talking, text, leave notes, something, nigga. Like yeah, something. But you gotta communicate everything that you want and everything that you need because ain't nobody a sidekick. Because if they was, they probably wouldn't be with your ass. So get it together. Just keep talking. Can't nobody. And if somebody got a bad memory, keep reminding them. That's it.
I concur.
I
And I would say, in the beginning, lay everything down on the line. As far as your requirements, in the beginning.
Yeah.
Versus this is friendship,
Business.
girlfriend, business. Lay everything down on the line first. The requirements, what you desire, what you expect, all that.
Yep.
That way, that'll eliminate all the assumptions or all the confusion of, oh, I thought you would, or I thought that you were gonna. No. Because if I told you in the beginning what my role is and what your role is and what that person's role is. It's all an understanding, simple.
Yeah.
But you gotta know how to communicate these things effectively. Sometimes telling people what your requirements are, what you desire. I don't know why when telling people what your standards are is so uncomfortable. Like why is it so uncomfortable to tell a person what your standards are? Like a woman to tell a guy what her standards are all day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A guy would kind of
Be timid.
Let me alter my shit because it don't fit, and I really want to get with her. And some women would do that, but mostly it's dudes. But
Because they just be pussy strapped. That's all it is. That's really all it is. Think about it. Think about all the stuff that we do to get a woman's attention, and not only get their attention, get that ass. Look at all the shit that we gotta do. A lot of women don't know how to even flirt because they don't have to. We the ones that approach them, talk to them, buy them a drink, buy them flowers. Like they don't really. They just gotta look like something. So I get it. I get it. And another thing is too though. Some men might not want to voice their expectations because they might feel as though, hey, I like this woman a lot, but she might not reach it. She might not reach up there, so let me dumb myself down.
And that right there is the problem.
Yeah.
That right there is the problem.
Yeah.
Let me dumb myself down because I don't think she's gonna reach the expectations.
Just go for somebody that can reach
what?
it.
Then you have to go.
It was nice to meet you. Very nice. It was a nice evening, but I'll have catch you when I see you.
Yeah.
And go on to the next.
What about you, man?
Definitely the same thing. Like you can't dumb yourself down. You can't. If you're not on my level, I'm letting you know up front what I want, what I need. I did do that with Richard. I did definitely tell Richard, I do not want a man that's gonna be cheating. I do not want a man that don't work. I do not want a stupid man. It's a lot of things, and I'm not gonna be a stupid woman, and I'm not gonna not work. I'm not, anything that I'm telling you that I want. I'm gonna be there for you already. You understand what I'm saying? So I let that be known already. Now, don't get me wrong, we had obstacles, but I knew what type of person that Richard was because you can tell the type of person he was. So I accepted some things because I was like, he don't know no better. And we gonna have to work because he ain't never dated nobody like me. Richard he's from Inkster. He's from somewhere totally different than me. I'm from the hood, from 7 Mile. You know what I'm saying? So we came from two different worlds. So I knew that there was adjustments that we needed to make because we had our own beliefs from where we were from, and we had to make those meet. But I laid it out on the table what I wanted. He never laid out what he wanted. I laid what I wanted out. That's what I wanted.
Okay, I see. I feel you on that. Miss EP.
Same thing. Same thing. There's nothing wrong with setting your expectations and having standards. I had expectations. I had standards. I put it out there, and like Nate said, some things I just had to kind of adjust to because I can't have all my boxes checked off.
Right. Okay. Well, all right then, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Uncomfortable Convos, man. We appreciate y'all. Go ahead.
I want to give our EP, your wife, her flowers for being on the show and being behind the scenes and doing what she do. I just want to thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we really appreciate
doing what you do because I never said it, publicly. So I want to thank you for that. This is dope. And
yeah, me too. I want to say something.
It is indeed, man. We really.
I want to say something.
That's the show.
Yeah.
We did a good night tonight. I felt real good about this. I actually learned a few things, and yeah, man, we're gonna see y'all next week, baby. Tune in live at 8. So all great, baby.
Yep. We out of here.
Know that.
Indeed.